Um, hey guys, um, Trevor Game here. Um, uh, as you might know, I have been posted some videos in terms of the build that I've been running during the Division 2 Open Beta. I came across with a nice chess piece on one of my final runs, which is this one here, is what they call the Petrov Defense Group chess piece. And that's pretty much all I needed, because I already had two purple LMGs that I was trying to use, but I was really looking for a good chess piece to use. I already had it. But I figured that the purple one that came with headshot, health, and juicy 21 skill power would be much better to showcase the build. Even though the other one that I had was also pretty nice, because it came with a nice chunk of bonus armor and 10% hazard protection, right? Um, so anyway, this is a build right here. It's pretty much very similar to the other builds as I've been mentioning. I think these builds in particular often only require you to put like a one piece, and because the one piece set pretty much gives you what you need, which is a weapon that you're gonna be using the damage, right? Often there's the two and the three pieces are not things that you would like to have. In this case, if you're running a turret, probably you will want to run the two and the three pieces, just because the two piece for the Petrov Defense Group brand set give you 15% turret skill power, and the three piece gives you 10% cooldown reduction for all your skills, right? But if that is not the case, I think you are better off just using one piece of the Petrov Defense, and then all the other five pieces try to boost your weapon damage, try to boost your crit chance, your crit damage, try to boost if possible the skill power and the skill cooldowns. So in this particular case, as I mentioned, I had two purple LNGs, in this case military L86. Which the talents were not really great. I mean, the talent that I came with was 10% weapon damage to blinded enemies. I mean, what are the chances that the enemy is going to be blinded anyways? And then a 15% accuracy, which is nice to have in LMGs, right? And then for the classic M60, which is the second weapon, it came with 10% reload speed, which is very, very nice. The talent's called Jazz Hands. And then the other talent, um, it really is. I would say it's very, very similar to Prepare on Division 1. You know, the one that gives you 15% increased damage when the target is 30 meters or beyond from you. In this case, every 10 meters that you work from your enemy, you will get a 2% weapon damage increase. Now, I wasn't able to unlock this talent because I had 6 pieces for what seems to be a battery perk. And I guess many of my gear, you know, were really giving me a lot of that battery. Like this one, for instance, give me a 6% cooldown reduction, and then this other gave me one battery, 21 skill power, and then this one gave me another 6% cooldown reduction, so that'll be 3 batteries. This will give me 10 skill power, a lot of batteries, right? Like every single gear piece I had a battery, and that like here I had, well, here I didn't have a battery though. I guess I have 2 batteries in one of these. Let's check that out. Yeah, no, not yet. Alright, so I had 2 batteries on this, right, on the holster, and then 1 battery on the gloves, the knee pads, and then the vest and the mask. Because of that, I had 6 battery perks, and due to that reason, for the classic M60, I wasn't able to unlock the Ranger attribute or talent, which is the one that every 10 meter that I'm from target, I will get 2% weapon damage increase, right? Because that requires having 4 or less battery, and I had 6. So pretty much that was a build, right? So the best give me 10% energy damage, 4.5% headshot damage, then a little bit of health and 21 skill power, which is nice, right? And then both the mask and the holster will give me a 15% drone skill power and a 7% crit damage, right? And then the other three, oh, I forgot to mention, that the mask and the holster were both, the what I've been using quite often, which is a Wyvern wear set pieces, brand set, right? And then I had the backpack, the gloves, and the knee pads, all three of them being the Provident defense set, which will give me for the first, second, and three pieces use, will give me 10% skill power, 8% health, and 5% weapon damage respectively, right? In my particular case, the gloves, I was lucky enough that will give me also an extra attribute of 3% LMG damage. And for the knee pads, I had two attributes because they were purple knee pads. One was 10 skill power, and then the other one was 10% exotic damage resilience or hazard protection, however you want to see that. So in other words, for the LMG in particular, I happen to have 10% damage here, then another 8% here, so that will be 18% damage, right? And then, yeah. So 18% overall increase on weapon damage for the LMGs, and you can see on the other gameplay that I showed, we went rogue. I don't think we were killed at any point. I think I was down once for a boss. The server wasn't really very busy. In any case, check that out if you want it. I find it very compelling. It's a very powerful weapon, especially from a distance. As you start shooting, the same as happened in the Division 1, and the same happens with the LMG. The accuracy gets better, and the weapon handles much better as you start shooting with it. I think this will be my last video on the open beta. I had a lot of fun. You can see here I farmed and I had a bunch of purples and a bunch of blues and greens, but especially purples. I think I tried every single combination that I found, good to try out. I can tell you right now that I pre-ordered the game and I'll be playing for sure when it comes out. So I've been showing here all the gears, all the purples that I got. And that's it. In my personal opinion, until because I know there will be gear sets coming out, like the Patriot, people have been talking about that. But until the end game finally gets to us, once the game releases, I think that before the gear sets come out, maybe the brand sets, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they will merge both. In other words, I don't know if, for instance, the Providence, or let's say in this case, right, the Wyvern Weir, or the Providence Defense, or the Circle of Concern, all of these brand sets will also be part of a particular. So these are the names of the brand sets, but I don't know if they will also be part of gear set. Let's say, like a Wyvern Weir mask can also be, I don't know, a Patriot mask, if that makes sense, right? Or any other name if it's, I don't know, let's say the Patriot gear set is confirmed, right? Let's say they have another gear set and they call it, I don't know, probably Striker, the same as we have in Division 9. So I don't know if the mask that is Wyvern Weir can be also a Wyvern Weir as a brand set, but also a Striker as on the gear set, or the Patriot as on the gear set per se. In other words, I don't know if that mask will have so many other attributes besides the fact that it's already a Wyvern Weir brand set piece, right? I hope that makes sense. So yeah, so I just want to close this video saying that if you really want to engage in PvP on the Dark Zone and you also want to farm, probably the best set that you would like to have is probably the assault rifle. I think I find it very good for both PvE and PvP. If you want to PvP some, you feel like you will be farming a lot of in the Dark Zone, a lot of landmark, and you want to do it quickly and you want to do it with the minimum risk. Eventually maybe some bros will come to you and they will kill you sometimes, and some of the time you can also kill them. I find that set that gives you the most versatility in that regard that allows you to farm very conveniently is probably the sniper one. It's very, very strong. You can land those headshots, right? You can clear landmarks so quickly. If you are looking also to PvE at ease, but have a better way of dealing with rogues, probably the LMGs is also the brand says with the Petrov Defense Group piece that gives you 10% LMG damage. I find that very good. I don't find it as good as a sniper for PvE, but I find it much better than the sniper for PvP, if that makes sense. Finally, if you are strictly looking for PvP and you still want to farm the landmarks, but you your main focus is on PvP, by all means goes with the SMG and try to find the I forgot the name. I know this is the Housing Division one, and they call it here MPX, right? MPX, which is the best SMG that I came across in this game, right? It's right there. If you find it appropriate and you like it, the way it looks and the way it feels, then try it out. Build that set. But that said, the SMG ones I find it very, 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 very good for PvP. Same as the shotgun. Now the shotgun I wasn't able to try out. So that would be my recommendation. In summary, yes, PvP, solely PvP, go SMG. Solely PvE with some PvP, and which you can deal some very nice damage from a distance. Cause sniper. Some PvE, I would say, to have a lot of ease on PvE and to make a decent sound on PvP, go with the LMG. And if you really, really want to have probably 50-50, I would say even more than 50, probably 70-70, because it's a very good set for PvP and it was a very good set for PvE too. That's our rifle one. It's a very good set too. So I think that will be all, guys. See you guys soon when the Visual 2 lands, and good luck.